Welcome to the BAPS Better Living Podcast. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with us today. Each episode in this podcast aims to inspire each of us to take a step back from our busy lives and to actively listen to content that can enlighten us towards expanding our consciousness and towards deepening our spirituality. Listen in and let this episode inspire you. Let it encourage you to have fruitful introspections and, most importantly, let it help you be better and do better.
As we finished taking all of my boxes back up to my dorm room, I hugged my parents goodbye as I began a new chapter in my life. Tears welled up in my mom's eyes. Tears that were unknown to me. Tears signaling the duality of the pain of separation, as well as the acceptance of the new chapter in my life. I grew up in a bubble for most of my life. My hometown was a typical Chicago suburb where most of the people I grew up with lived nearby. The routine of going to school, attending extracurricular activities, spending time with friends, and eating dinner with my family was a routine that I had become accustomed to. And frankly, I enjoyed living in my bubble. That was until it came to attend college. Many of my mentors have said that attending college was going to be a new chapter in my life. As an 18-year-old, I did not know what this would mean. But looking back on it 4 years later, I have realized that that was a chapter that was important to turn in my life. As my parents drove me 3 hours south to the university, I was excited. But as soon as they left, I quickly realized the transition from high school to college was much harder than I expected. I now had to juggle the responsibilities of studying, making friends on campus, joining student organizations, staying in touch with family, cleaning, doing laundry, conducting my daily prayer. The list goes on and on. And while the transition was not easy, there were a few things that I had learned during my first year of college that made it easier to live away from home. Those 3 things which I learned are 1, dedicated family time, 2, developing a routine, and 3, connecting with others. Number 1, dedicated family time. The Higher Education Research Institute at UCLA conducts an annual study to understand the needs of first-year college students. In their recent study, they had found that a majority of first-year college students rely heavily on their family as a support system as they transition into college. Each parent has their own way of connecting with their child, whether it's through a phone call, FaceTime video call, or a short text message. For me, this was a daily text from my parents, once in the morning and once in the evening. My parents also called once or twice a week to discuss what happened in the past few days and to catch up on life. I will admit, I did not appreciate enough how much their texts and their weekly phone calls meant to me. Although there were times where I was annoyed with my parents' constant communication, their care reinforced my belief that my parents were there as a support system in every part of my life. This experience reminds me of the way Pramukh Swami Maharaj, whose birth centennial celebrations are being celebrated in 2022, had shown so much genuine care to children and youth. In the years between 1977 and 1980, a youth by the name of Mitesh Bhai Patel lived in the United States as per his family's wish. Before leaving, Pramukh Swami Maharaj told him to write a letter every month, adding, quote, "Even if you don't write to me, I will definitely write to you," end quote. Mitesh Bhai's letters to Pramukh Swami Maharaj were filled with questions and sometimes did not make any sense. However, Pramukh Sai Maharaj unfailingly would reply to each one, and this continued for 4 years. Eventually, the youth had been so touched by Pramukh Sai Maharaj's genuine care that he took initiation and became a Swami, or a Hindu monk. Number 2. Developing a routine. Time and time again, research has shown that having a consistent routine helps in managing stress levels, staying healthy, and even has a positive effect on self-esteem. And frankly, it can be fun too. Early on, I established a routine to help me stay consistent in college. That being said, I was a college student, and there never was a standard routine. But the one thing that I tried to keep every single day was my morning routine. This included waking up, brushing my teeth, taking a shower, performing my morning puja, which contains elements of meditation, prayer, and reading, followed by my morning coffee. And I did this from the first day of college till the last. James Clear, the author of a popular book known as Atomic Habits, explains this principle as habit stacking, in which you take a habit or an action and follow it with another habit. Habit stacking allows you to ultimately create a routine for yourself during a hectic schedule and allows you to stay grounded to something very tangible every single day. There were days where I did not want to get up from bed due to tiredness or boredom, or there were days where I would rush to class and forget to eat. But regardless of the circumstances, this morning routine helped me stay grounded and begin each day with the right mindset. Number 3, connecting with others on campus. Loneliness is something that many college students face during their transition into college. According to the American College Health Association, around 63% of students feel lonely for some duration during the first year on campus. And this feeling of loneliness can create a sense of isolation, especially on a campus far away from home. What helped me overcome my loneliness during the first year of college was joining various student organizations on campus. There were hundreds of organizations to choose from, but I chose a few that were either aligned to my professional goals, professional hobbies, or interests that I had in high school and I carried it through college. The people in these organizations did not feel like other students but became friends during my journey through college. We would watch movies together, discuss big plans that we had coming up in our life, and would be able to get advice from one another. One such student organization was the BAPS Campus Fellowship. The students and alumni on campus became a key resource in making me feel at home on campus. The upperclassmen, those who were in their 3rd or 4th year of college, would always check up on me, ensuring that I had my needs met, would offer me rides to the store or to other parts of campus, or even offering me rides back home. We would try to meet up every week or every other week to break the stress of college and simply enjoy spending a few hours playing video games and just talking about life. These were the people whom I shared similar values with, and their mentorship and their genuine care during my first year of college helped me acclimate to the campus even more. Looking back, as I graduate from college, I keep going back to the scene where my parents dropped me off at the door. Those tears that were unknown to me. But that moment was a turning point in my life where I challenged myself to step outside of my comfort zone and into the unknown. 4 years later, this decision of going to university was one of the best decisions I've ever made and has helped me to grow into the person I am today. The past 4 years were filled with unique memories, all the emotions on the spectrum, and experiences that I would not trade for in the world. As I go again into the unknown to the next chapter in my life, I guess some things will never change. The friends I grew so close to are still the ones I seek advice from. The morning routine that I developed still goes on. And yes, the daily texts from my parents have not stopped as I go into the unknown.
We hope you enjoyed this Better Living episode and that it added value to your life. This episode and all content on this channel is created and managed entirely by swamis and volunteers of BAPS from around the world. Our volunteers are continuously inspired by the sincere, transparent, and selfless lives of Pramukh Swami Maharaj, the former Guru of BAPS, and Mahant Swami Maharaj, the current Guru of BAPS. Their character, their teachings, and work have inspired millions of people across all backgrounds, faiths, and cultures throughout the world. They have encouraged all, regardless of one's beliefs, to live a mindful, a balanced, and a harmonious life. If you enjoy content that inspires you to be better and do better, and you would like more Better Living content, follow us on Instagram and YouTube by searching for BAPS Better Living. Thank you for choosing to spend your valuable time with us.